Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'd like to show you, using a piece by Schubert, how playing it slowly lets us hear the timing and how accurate it must be to pull it off properly. So if you can hear the percentages of the divisions of the notes for each quarter, it's going to make all the difference in the world. So if there's a triplet for the quarter, then that's 0, 33 1/3, 66 2/3, 100% of the quarter. But if there's eighths, that's 0, 50%, 100%. And they both have to fit in that same amount of time that it is for a quarter. So when they're put together, you can say, nice cup of tea, nice. Because it's 0 up to 33 1/3 for the first third of the triplet. And then from that first third of the triplet up to the second third of the triplet is 66 2/3. And then the same from the 66 2/3 up to 100 for the third third. But the eighths in the left hand come at 0, 50%, 100, and so it's 0 up to 50%, whereas the triplet was 0 up to 33 1/3. So from 33 1/3 up until the next eighth comes is only 16 1/2%. So it's much shorter than 0 up to 33 1/3, which is 33 1/3%. So, and it's the same on the other side of the halfway point. It's from 50 up to 66 2/3 is such a short time. The triplet is still held from 33 1/3 up to 66 2/3, so it's still 33 1/3 for that second note of the triplet. But it just has to fit with the 2/8 of the left hand, so 0, 50%, and 100. So you hear all of that when you play the piece really slowly. At least I hope you do. And so I'll give it a try. And there's also the element of 4/16. If you've got an eighth note, which is 2/16, followed by a dot, that makes it 3/16. So instead of 50% of the time, it's 75% of the quarter. And so what is left is 25% of the quarter, which is the 16th on the end, so 4/16. So I think you can start to see the common denominator between it all, because it has to be that quarter and how it's subdivided. For the triplet 3 against 2, you have to be able to hear the triplet within the quarter pulse, but you also have to be able to hear the 2/8 in that quarter pulse. And when you put them together, you can say, nice cup of tea, nice. So it's just a way of hearing it, but you still have to realize that from the first 33 1/3% up to the 66 2/3%, that is a full 33 1/3, just like the first and the last are. So you have to hear all three of those. It's just that you want to be able to place the eighth note in the middle. And that's why nice cup of tea works as a little, nice cup of tea, nice, works to help you subdivide it. So I'll play it slowly, and hopefully you'll hear some of the things I've just mentioned. So I'll show you just slowly on a couple of spots how that 2 against 3 comes in. I played a couple of wrong notes in there, so I'm just not sure exactly which spot that is. So now I'll go to a simple spot here just so that you can hear it. So nice cup of tea, nice, is how that fits in. So 1, 2 is dividing 0, 33 1/3, 66 2/3, 100. Whereas the left is 0, 50, 100. So do you see how much slower that is than? But the beginning and the end are dead on together. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, the only thing that's different when I put it together is that after the B flat, the second note of the triplet, which is at 33 1/3%, I give 16%, 16 and a bit percent, and play the left. So, see. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Now 1, 2, 1, 2. So together 1, 2, just like that. It's just that the left has to keep going from then on at the same steady tempo it is already set up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the other spot is this. So quarters, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now here you've got 2 different things happening. Halfway in between you get this, and 3/4 of the way through you get 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This comes in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1. Now here we're back to the 2 against 3.